VW has betrayed a nation of regulators, loyalists, suppliers, and innocent customers. It's time to clean it up or get off the road.
It is not impossible for a person in charge of a major company to not know everything that's happening with the rank and file. After all, you have to trust your people, hand off responsibility for key decisions to those you've hired. But when it comes to the scope of fraud perpetrated by Volkswagen with regard to cheating emissions from their vehicles and then profiting from it, the head of American VW didn't get a lot of sympathy or understanding from his time Thursday in front of Congress. The best source of getting truth from anything in the auto industry is right here. Nationally syndicated automotive expert, heard and read at laurenfix.com, the one and only car coach, Lauren Fix. Let's get right to it, Lauren. And right after that in Congress, I'm going to start out with this. Here's the Volkswagen Group of America CEO and President Michael Horn having to basically eat his lunch and apologize in front of Congress.
On behalf of our company and my colleagues in Germany, and me personally, I would like to offer a sincere apology for Volkswagen's use of software programs that serve to defeat the regular emissions testing regime.
From what I said a couple of moments ago, Lauren, is it possible that he had absolutely no idea about the lies going on underneath at Volkswagen?
Well, you got to remember, Volkswagen North America does not do the software coding here. It is done in Wolfsburg, Germany. So somewhere else this was done. His job is to make sure the dealers sell vehicles and make sure that the cars get in as they need them and help that dealer support network in any way. His job is not to write code. His job is not to design vehicles. And I have been to the corporate factories in Wolfsburg many times in their mile-long plant. And I can tell you that he works for somebody else who, seriously, I'm not protecting him in any way, shape, or form, but this is a huge conglomerate. The Piach family and the Porsche family own most of VW Group. And when it comes to VW, they also have some control. When it gets all the way down the pike to Michael Horn, that's like asking you to be in charge of Newsmax. And so because of that, this is something that we need to consider is definitely an issue.
Don't we have to follow the money, though, here, just like anything else? We're
Sure.
talking about recalls. We're talking about the EPA application for 2016. And what you just said, they've still got to sell cars. So, in essence, if we're going to come down and find out who really knew about this, they're just going to have to keep following the cash and uncover somebody. You know that this is going to take a long time.
Oh, absolutely. And of course, Congress is like, we want an answer now. We want names. Now, first off, they're not going to get names because Germany has extremely strict privacy laws. So strict that you wouldn't believe it if you and I were in a car next to each other and they took a picture of us running through an intersection and your picture was in it, that ticket's null and void. So they're very, very strict on their privacy. So you're not going to get names to put on a steak and fry these people. Many people have gotten let go. Some executives in charge of engine management and transmission departments have gotten let go because that is part of the department that would have designed this software. What I think happened is they made a promise. Hey, listen, we can create a diesel that doesn't need blue or urea into the exhaust system. And we can do this by using a smaller engine and make it work. Well, when they realized it didn't work after they probably announced that they thought it could work, they said, well, we have to come up with a solution to make it work. And this was the bypass, the defeat device. And instead of coming up with a solution over time to fix this problem, they instead continued to cheat the system. So they will get their hands slapped. This will cost them billions of dollars.
Okay, let me stop you there on costing billions of dollars. I've got 30 seconds left.
I'm thinking $25 billion.
$25 billion. Now, the German police raided the headquarters of Volkswagen earlier today looking for documents. Are we looking... Yes. How deep, not just how deep this can go, but how much of an impact will this have on Volkswagen? Will this force them to get off the road somewhere, go out of business in smaller countries?
Well, they're not going to go out of business. I think this is going to be a huge hit. You got to remember, there's a lot of money here. They'll probably end up selling off, my guess would be the smart thing to do is to sell off some premium brands to get some cash flow, such as Bentley and Lamborghini. Maybe sell off some of the smaller, the Ducati, some of the other brands that they have. Use those profits in order to compensate to keep Audi, VW, and Porsche alive, because they also own Seat and Skoda and Me. So these are things that I think they will survive. It's going to take time. Just like GM, just like Toyota, it may take them 10 years.
And if they do get rid of Lamborghini, I'll be happy to take one, and so will you. Don't forget, go to the website, laurenfix.com, read about this, hear what Lauren has got to say, check in regularly. Lauren Fix, always a pleasure. Thanks so much for joining us. Stay with us. The fastest 60 minutes of news drives on.